Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Zhan Peng, a master student from Peking University. Today, I'm excited to present CCTAG, Configurable and Combinable Target Architecture, which is designed for enhanced security while maintaining efficiency. The background is that memory safety vulnerabilities are still prevalent, and they tend to be critically severe. And RISC theorem reminds us that we cannot find all vulnerabilities, and even if we find them, we might not be able to fix them in time. This is why we need some defensive mechanisms to mitigate unknown or unfixed vulnerabilities. However, security comes at a cost. We have to trade off between security guarantees, performance overhead, and in times compatibility. Most of the previous work only offers a limited protection scope. We argue that we need to combine these defenses to provide a more effective and resilient solution. The external world in memory outlines a step-by-step attack model. In this model, exploitation typically begins with out-of-bound and dangling pointers. Attackers use these invalid pointers to read and modify data, and eventually escalate their attacks. For each step, there are mitigation techniques, such as enforcing spatial or temporal memory safety to prevent the misuse of invalid pointers, or we can protect the integrity of various sensitive data. There are two ways to combine these defenses. Horizontal integration ensures broad protection across various attack types. Vertical integration strengthens security through layered defenses. Even if one layer misses an attack, the subsequent layers can catch it. It allows each layer to be sufficiently robust and affordable, rather than absolutely precise but impractical. However, integration is challenging. Simply stacking defenses will accumulate performance penalties. And this is particular in software-only solutions. We thus adopt a hardware and software co-design approach where some critical security operations are accelerated by hardware. This trend has gained traction in both the industry and academia. What sets CCTAG different is it achieves both configurability and combinability, and while maintaining a low complexity and practical design. CCTAG is a tagged architecture. It attaches fine-grained security metadata to registers and memory granular. It supports a diverse set of tag verification and modification rules, which can be configured to build different memory safety policies at various levels, across threads, memory pages, or even within a cache line. Most importantly, it allows multiple security policies to coexist without conflicts together to build a more powerful and combined protection. Let's first talk about how it is configurable. Table 3 lists the supported tag checking and updating rules. In brief, it can verify whether the tag matches a specific value during memory access, set or clear upon memory writes, and propagate tags between registers and memories. These seemingly simple rules can support a variety of defense mechanisms, such as fine-grained permissions, memory coloring, data integrity, information flow tracking, and intent analysis. It also offers control over tagging granularity. For example, with a fixed tag ratio, say 16 bits per 64 bytes data, you can split the tag bits so that the first 8 bits secure the first 32 bytes. Or you could allocate bits to different segments as needed, so it can meet varying security requirements. Next, how is it combinable? Rather than configuring each tag base, Separately, we introduce a policy-centric mask design. In CCTAG, each policy is defined by a policy mask, its granularity, and rules for tag checking and updating. The policy mask is used to specify a subset of all tag bits within a cache line. In addition, each memory page can selectively apply different policies. As illustrated in Figure 3, policy 0 and policy 1 share the same policy mask. They both using the odd and white tag bits. However, since policy 0 applies to the heap and policy 1 applies to the stack, they do not interfere with each other. And for policy 2, it applies to all data pages, but it uses only the even tag bits, ensuring no conflicts with policy 0 and policy 1. And now, let's take a closer look at how policies are combined in hardware. Please see this diagram from left to right. Start from the blue rectangle. Consider a configuration of tagging each 16 bytes with 8-bit tags. And a memory access targeting the first 8 bytes. And policy 0 also operates at 8-byte granularity. The hardware first computes an access mask to indicate which tag bits are relevant to the accessed data. In this case, only the first 4 bits are used for this data. And then, using the policy mask, we use a bitwise AND to yield the final mask used for this memory access. And with the obtained final mask, the checking and updating values of different policies can be masked and then added together. We developed a prototype implementation of CCTAG based on RISC-V core, which use RISC-V ISA. For tag storage, we use a 16-bit tag per 64 bytes memory granular. This matches RMMT's tag ratio. We extended the D cache to store tags for each cache line data. And these tags are backed by a tag cache and a portion of main memory. And it currently supports 4 policies. When synthesized on an FPGA, it introduces a minimal hardware overhead, around 8%. This is much lower compared to Cherry and Pump. We ported multiple defense applications to CCTAG. Here I'll use the return address protection as a simple example. At the function prologue, after it stores the return address to the stack, it set a 1 tag on the saved return address. This effectively blocks an unauthorized memory access. And before the function returns, it clears the tag, and then the function can read it and then return. To implement this, we modified the LLVM compiler to generate necessary tag manipulation instructions. In line 6, you can see an instruction called MTSD, which stands for memory tag set double word. This instruction marks the return address as inaccessible. And before the function return at line 9, the MTSCD instruction clears the tag, and the function can read it. We also ported defenses for function pointer and the vtable pointer integrity, heap memory coloring, and dangling pointer sweeping. We verified these applications with real-world CVEs. Sorry. We also conducted extensive performance overhead using the SPEC test suites. For SPEC 2006, with integrated instruct protection, including return address, code pointer and vtable pointer integrity, and memory coloring, we observed a geometric mean overhead of around 6.68%. Notably, this integrated overhead is lower than the sum of individuals because memory traffic overhead is shared across multiple protection policies. And with a larger cache, the overhead further dropped to 4.8%. It is lower than Pump and Cherry. We also tested this performance on SPEC 2017. The measured geometric mean overhead was around 8%. In summary, CCTAG is a powerful yet practical approach to memory safety. It supports various memory safety policies without conflicts. It has been validated through an FPGA prototype and real-world security applications. And it is lightweight and efficient, comparable to ARM-MTE, yet much more versatile and powerful. While it is slightly weaker compared to Palm and Cherry, it is more cost-effective, compatible, and efficient for real-world use. Thanks for listening, and I'm glad to answer any questions.
Yeah, please go ahead. We have time for questions.
All right. Thanks for the interesting work. Since I haven't read the paper, just for clarification if I missed it, so you're trying to propose a universal approach, which means it's like a hardware primitive. And then the big challenge probably is the middle layer.
Yes.
For example, you manually ported some existing defenses over
Yes.
to your framework. So how do you anticipate the effort to port mature defenses to this framework?
It is quite easy. Actually, to achieve the return address protection, we actually only add about less than 100 lines in LLVM. And for the integrated protection, we add around 1,000 lines of code.
So the effort has to be per defense.
Yes.
Because I understand CCTAG is unique in terms of like how you arrange the tags and the placement of the data. And then even if it's a specific defense is very mature, they still have to actually adapt to your layout, your
yes.
infrastructure.
It needs some effort. But
is there a chance to make it like semi-automated or something like that, like the future work?
I'll try that in the future
Okay,
work.
so for now, in the paper, it's manual and per defense.
对, yes, we need to manually
right.
adapt it to different applications.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, Samuel Giroux, MIT Lincoln Laboratory. So my question is, you presented a lot of really interesting ways that the system's configurable, right? You've got different tag sizes, tag widths, policies, policy combinations. What I'm missing here is where is that configuration done? Like, is that done when you build the chip out in the FPGA? Is it done at runtime? Is there operating system involvement to do all these things?
Actually, there's a lot of detail in the paper I'm not mentioning, but I can mention it in brief. Currently, we add some registers, ASR registers in RISC-V, which is configurable, which is writable in kernel, and we currently focus on user mode applications, and such policies is configured via system call.
Interesting. Okay, thank you.
Hi, Alexander from TU Darmstadt, Germany. I'm wondering how does it compare to ARM-MTE? You said it's a bit more versatile, but I know that ARM-MTE often has problems when you bring it into like live systems, that it causes a lot of crashes. Do you have any protections against that, or?
It is similar to MTE. Currently we don't take availability into consideration. It's the same like MTE. If there is a mismatch, if it's unexpected behavior, it has to raise an exception, and the software should handle it.
Yeah. And how does it compare in general to ARM-MTE?
It is more versatile, and we keep the same tag ratio as MTE, and we expect it to be as similar as MTE, but it should be much more versatile.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. If no question, let's just thank the speaker one more time.
Thank you.